Hey, what's up?
Are we doing a podcast today?
I think so. I think we're recording, honestly.
We are.
So,
Wow. This is first one in the new year, huh?
first one of the new year. Happy New Year, by the way.
Yeah. Happy Christmas and New
Still
Year
drinking some
and
some
coquito.
coquito.
Yeah. You save it till the next year. What?
But yeah, welcome to the Noodle Shop.
This is going to be the most anticipated episode ever.
Yeah, I guess within what we are 18 episodes in.
Yeah, and probably
So,
a
yeah,
good 12 of them talks about
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And this is the one that we're going to actually talk about Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's going to be
Yeah.
great.
So,
Welcome
yeah,
to the Noodle Shop
where we have all the noodles all of the time.
and the shops.
In the shops, all of the shops, all of the time. No, yeah, no, this is our spoiler, I guess. If you haven't
I
seen
mean, if
it,
you haven't seen it by now,
it's our
obviously,
Spider-Man No Way Home episode. So we're gonna go ahead and
we're gonna reveal everything. By the way, they all die.
I'm gonna. You remember the whole movie? Well, it's been like 3 weeks since I've seen the movie,
Same.
so
I saw it opening night, and I still remember most of it.
yeah, I'm old.
So.
My memory fades, but yeah, let's get this episode started.
Let's go. I don't know where to start because this movie was a very highly anticipated movie.
Yeah, for like for the weeks that we were talking about it, and anyone else that was talking about it online, right?
If you're a nerd,
Yeah,
you may have had your brain explode a couple times.
yeah. I had to hold in. I had to, I had to be a man about it and hold in some of my tears. But
You almost cried.
no, it was more
I didn't. I
like the
honestly.
movie made me feel like a little kid.
Oh yeah, I can see
So
that.
like for example, I saw. Damn, we're gonna hit spoilers immediately in the beginning.
Toby.
So I was gonna say, I saw the first Spider-Man movie 5 times when it first came out, and I was a
Jeez.
kid, and I would say my step grandfather, right? He took me to go watch it with one of my friends. Like literally every time we got out of school, we would go watch it. So when like Tobey Maguire actually shows up in the movie, I felt like a little kid. Like I was like, ah,
Ah, yay,
like, and I
Spider-Man.
don't know if any of the parts had the same effect for you. Um,
They did.
but I know it just made me feel like a kid. Like I wasn't watching a Spider-Man movie. I was watching a Spider-Man cartoon or like a
Yes, very
Spider-Man
true.
comic. I was reading a comic book. So it was something really cool.
I uh I honestly truthfully enjoyed every single moment of the movie. The only thing that I didn't understand, I guess at the time because
Yeah,
I didn't watch. I mean, I watched it's not Homecoming. What's the one with Mysterio?
that's
Far From
Far
Home.
From Home. Yeah,
Yeah, I watched that like probably over a year ago now.
yeah.
And as soon as this movie starts, it gets right
It's
it
right into it. Yeah,
literally right after that movie, it's this movie.
yeah, yeah.
And I didn't expect that.
Oh,
I
nice.
thought it was gonna have build up and it didn't. It
No,
like
it just went straight
jumps
into
right
it,
into it.
which I think
That made
that
it
was the
better.
smartest thing to do.
Yeah.
Just jump right into it. Don't give it like a week. Don't give it a week to pass or nothing. Give it
Yeah,
like
no.
the movie starts literally where we left off.
I love that the trailer is like the first
10
half
minutes,
an
like
hour
the
of the
first half
movie.
an hour of the movie. Yeah,
It had literally nothing except for the end when Doctor Strange is like trying to pull it all back together.
yeah,
But that the rest of the trailer was like the first half an hour,
yeah, yeah. Pretty much.
which I really like.
I enjoyed it, man. There was a lot of cool stuff that they did. Like using the Iron Spidey suit to take over the like to lock it down.
The
And we
tentacles,
talked
yeah.
about that. We talked about
We
that in one of
did.
our previous podcasts that he was going to use it to like hold him, and he did.
Yeah,
That
he
was
did.
cool. So it was cool to see that, and then it was cool to see like William Dafoe as the Green Goblin again.
I
There,
also I kind of like that. I like a little bit that they deceived you in the trailer,
by
but
what? By what?
making they made it look like Doctor Strange was the bad guy and he
They
wasn't.
did, yeah. And in all, like around, if you really look at it, Spider-Man was the bad guy of this
He
movie.
was,
Like
which is crazy.
he was the bad guy because he he kept all the bad guys from going back to their universes.
Yeah.
And it was like for good intent, like it was, his Aunt May was like,
He
oh,
kept
you
fighting
have
with
to.
himself on like
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah, yeah. But I like, dude, man, this movie, they had so much. Especially the first fight scene with Doc Ock and Spider-Man. I thought was so
Yeah,
damn cool.
it
Like,
was.
and I like that, like, he's like, "Hello, Peter." And in the trailer, they show that part,
Yeah.
but they have the little snip trailers that showed like more of it. But I like the way it flowed in,
Yeah, like
and
it
he's like,
actually
"You're not
worked.
Peter." So that was really cool. And then I like how the Green Goblin throws a bomb, and that's the like it.
That's the
They
end of
get
that
taken.
scene.
Yeah, they get taken into the portal. So that was pretty cool. Um, yeah, man. I don't. You have to talk because
Yeah.
I'll just give my 2 cents in the whole episode.
Yeah, it's just I feel like they did it perfectly.
Hmm.
Like I can't think of anything else they could have put in it that
Um,
would have made a
I
difference.
can Miles Morales.
Well, yeah, obviously.
No, but it would have not fit. So
Well,
apparently,
yeah, because there's not really any. I guess there is partially storyline, but there's not a full. Like, there's no way to develop him in
yeah,
that movie,
exactly, yeah, yeah. So
whereas everyone else was already developed.
apparently there's a lizard deleted scene because, for example, when we meet Lizard, he's already caught. And
Yeah,
there's a scene that they cut out the movie. I guess so. The original cut of the movie was 3 hours long,
yeah.
and they cut it out. They cut a lot of stuff out. They cut like a couple
Well,
scenes with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, and
it
they
was
cut.
still
It was 2 hours
2 hours and
and like
40
40
minutes or
minutes.
something
Yeah,
like that.
like 40 minutes long. But the scene is supposed to be Doctor Strange going after the lizard, and that's how Doctor Strange knows that there's other people from other dimensions.
Ah,
But they took that scene out. That would have been an awesome scene to see though, because I feel like the lizard was barely in the movie
he was. And he was the wizard pretty much the whole
the
time.
whole
They
time.
didn't even
Yeah,
really show. I mean, they showed him at the
at the end,
very
yeah,
end.
they did the
And
same
they
thing with
changed back.
Sandman though, and
Yeah,
I appreciated that when they show them as like the
that's what I
actors.
was
That was
hoping
really
for.
cool.
I was hoping that they
And
would show them.
and apparently there was supposed to be a sixth character for the Sinister Six.
Well, in the cracks in the
Mm-mm.
dimensions, there's a bunch of characters.
No, it was supposed to be Vulture.
Oh yeah,
That he was supposed to
they
be
didn't
one of
even
the
show him at all
no.
in the movie, which is crazy.
So now the movie, I'm excited to see what they do after because he now we're skipping, but we'll go back into the movie. But
Yeah, we will
when he tells Doctor Strange to
make everyone
basically
forget
make
him.
everyone forget Peter Parker is Spider-Man, like, or yeah, he makes everyone forget Peter Parker pretty much, right? And I feel like that's gonna lead into some cool stuff because think about it, the Vulture is in jail because
Yeah,
of Spider-Man. So now he thinks he's in jail because of Spider-Man. He doesn't know Peter Parker anymore.
yeah.
So he
Same
could be
with
bad. Same with
Venom.
no, not Venom.
Not Venom.
Scorpion.
Yeah,
Matt Gargan, he's in jail because of Spider-Man, and he won't know who Peter Parker is. Who else? Mysterio's dead. They could have brought him back in this movie.
they could have very easily.
Yeah,
so.
they could have just brought him back. He could have been like actual Mysterio.
Or he could have been from another universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
something that they didn't do. Is they
What?
didn't bring. I mean, yeah, they brought all the villains and the other Spider-Mans, but they didn't bring anybody else.
So there's reasons why, and I mean I guess they really wanted to focus on these specific villains
Yeah.
because their stories kind of just end.
Well, they do say that in the movie that
Yeah.
like they pull them right when they're about to die. They got pulled into the
So
universe.
but it's not everyone that's about to die though.
That was the way that they had put it.
I know, but Venom gets pulled over when he's chilling,
Yeah.
and we were talking about that actually earlier because I was texting you about how me and Claw watched the movie, and she was like, "Oh, Eddie, like it was her first time watching the movie," and she was like, "Oh, Eddie Brock knows Peter Parker," but when you text me and you were like, "No, Venom's like universe pretty much knows Peter Parker, like all the symbiotes
Well,
are
they know
connected."
Spider-Man, yeah.
Or yeah, they know Spider-Man. But that's the
Yeah,
thing is
that's the theory. Is the reason why when he sees him is he's like, oh, I want that because I guess according to the theory, all the symbiotes are connected, and the Venom from Tobey Maguire's universe has
knows Peter
seen
Parker.
he's seen the power that Spider-Man had because he became Black Spider-Man.
Yeah, but the reason the thing breaks is because, or the reason all the villains come is because they know Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Yeah,
So if it was like that, then Venom and the Topher Grace Venom would know who Peter Parker is.
yeah.
But he died. So, but why he didn't come when he was dying?
I don't know. You
Questions,
stumped me
questions,
there.
questions. Guess we gotta get these questions, our answers from the director.
I'm excited to see Tom Holland Black Spider-Man though.
I am excited because I
'Cause of
feel
that
like,
end scene.
yeah, and I feel like it's they've allowed enough time
For
to
it
pass
happen.
to bring in the Black Spider-Man, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like
Or Andrew Garfield Black Spider-Man.
yeah, that'd be cool too.
Just make them all Black Spider-Man.
But
And then Miles Morales.
I
Bam.
think
done.
I think Venom, I mean they haven't said it like, but I think Eddie Brock from the Venom movies is Eddie Brock's is Tom Andrew Garfield's
Venom.
Venom.
Yeah.
They haven't said it though.
That's what it seems like though.
It's just
Well, they
the
took
to
him
me
out
the
of
color
Tom-
scheme of the movie is the same.
Well, realistically, that's the only. If you look at it, that's really the only way. That's the only Venom that he could be, because Toby had a Venom, and he got pulled out of Tom Holland's universe, so he's not going to go to Toby's universe.
Yeah,
he's
but
gonna
they
go back
but
to Andrew Garfield.
but in Venom they haven't even mentioned Spider-Man.
No, they haven't, because he's like the anti-hero.
Yeah,
But
I don't know
he's
why they
in-
did that.
Isn't he in San Francisco though?
I mean, I know why they did that. Yeah, he's in San Francisco. He's not in New York, but he still works for the Daily Bugle. Because when he's doing the article for Cletus Cassidy,
Yeah, everything's
everything
backwards.
he's looking at his computer and his computer says Daily Bugle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he's trying to get to New York because the Daily Bugle's in New York.
Oh, maybe like a prequel,
Yeah.
and then Venom ends up running into Spider-Man, and then they gotta fight. But back to Spider-Man.
We're already speculating, and we haven't even seen trailers for the new movies yet.
the so the one scene that really made me like freaking freak out, kind of like inside, was the scene where Spider-Man's getting his butt whooped by Green Goblin in his apartment, and he's like throwing him
Where
through the
he's, like,
floor.
beating the-
Yeah,
He's like standing on top of him, just punching the crap out of him.
yeah, like it's badass when Spider-Man's punching him, and every time he punches him, he starts smiling like bigger
Then
and
he
bigger.
starts laughing.
Yeah,
It gave me Joker vibes,
yeah.
which is awesome.
Well, which is cool because like, the Green Goblin is a Joker-esque character.
yeah,
you
it's
know.
very similar.
So it was really cool just to see him do that. I wish they would have done a little bit of makeup or something like that to make him look more Goblin-esque.
Oh, speaking of which,
Yes.
so I have said this in previous episodes. Before I watched this movie,
Yes.
I had not seen Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay. Yeah. Did you end up watching it?
I saw No Way Home, and then I finished watching Amazing Spider-Man 2 today.
Oh, nice.
I've been watching it like on breaks at work through
Yeah.
like the past couple days.
Yeah, clocked in. No.
No, totally not. Huh?
I was like, oh wait, hold on, wait.
No,
what?
no,
Awkward.
it's on lunch break. But I just finished it today,
Yeah, what'd you think?
and I honestly think that movie is in the top 3 Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That movie by itself.
Okay.
I also love the way that they made Green Goblin look.
In that movie.
Yes.
Okay, I agree with you. I didn't like that they didn't develop him though.
No, they didn't.
Like I feel like he's in the movie for all of 2 seconds, and then you're like, okay, that was it.
They developed Harry Osborn, but they didn't develop the
Yeah,
Green
exactly. Like
Goblin.
yeah, I do. So there's a scene in the movie that it's literally one of my favorite Spider-Man scenes in any movie to
By the
date.
way, he's not dead, so
Oh, what, that Green Goblin?
yeah.
Yeah, he gets locked up.
Oh yeah, he did.
They put him.
Okay.
They put him
Yeah, I
away.
forgot about that.
They put him away, and he's in that room with all of
All the
mechanical Oscorp stuff for all the other villains.
yeah, the Vulture,
Yeah.
the Doc Ock,
So there-
and the Rhino, which
Yeah,
was the
which
end of that
was
movie.
yeah, that was garbage. so there's a scene in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 that to this day every time I watch it, it's my favorite scene of any Spider-Man movie, and it's
Is it the scene when Gwen dies?
no. It's the
That's
scene when
messed
they're
up, man.
introducing the scene when they're introduced in the Green Goblin, and they're in like the electric place.
And he like flies in.
Well, no, you hear it from the background. So if you watch it in surround sound, like you have surround sound on, it does the surround sound. So he's coming from the back of you,
Yeah.
and he goes to the front, but he's laughing, and he's like, ah, and then he comes out and he's like,
I
wow.
think I actually do remember.
Dude, that's
that,
like one of my
actually.
favorite scenes. That was one of my favorite scenes of any Spider-Man movie because it was
And
such a
then how
cool
he, like,
introduction.
He like sits there and then he turns and he looks and he's like, Peter.
Yeah, it's just such a cool introduction to the character.
It is.
I do feel like they wasted it though.
Oh yeah.
Like I
He
get,
should have been in the whole movie.
but I get it because, for example, they only did Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, so people now are like they need to make the part 3, right?
Yeah.
Because they never finished his story.
No, they
They
did.
like half-assed his story, and then they moved on to Tom Holland because of Marvel.
Yeah, and
So-
there's like a petition and everything going
Yeah,
on
yeah.
now to make a third one.
So that would be cool if they got all these characters to come back and finish their story.
Did you see Andrew Garfield said yes already?
Oh, I'm
He
sure.
said
dude.
I'm signed on.
I'm
If
sure.
you
You
guys
know,
wanna
there's
make a
another.
third one."
You know, there's a petition to do Spider-Man 4, right?
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man 4 for Tobey Maguire.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
They have to, dude. They have to. Yeah, I'm sorry.
They're gonna have to make.
They're gonna have to make
another
all of them.
Every
Spider-Man movie. Yep. In the same year, they need to all come out in the same year.
They need to all come out, and then lead to the next big movie, which is the War of the Worlds. or
Oh yeah,
whatever it
War of
is.
the Worlds. That'd be cool. So let's see titles. So we got Tom Holland Spider-Man. It would just be called like Spider-Man.
Home. Done.
Spider-Man. Let me see. Did they do a Homecoming?
They did Homecoming, they did No Way Home, and they did Far From Home. That's why I
Let's
said just
see.
Home. Don't say anything else, just Home. That's it.
Just change it to apartment.
No.
Spider-Man apartment.
That or you
Yeah.
could do the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, because they haven't done that yet.
Oh, and change the whole theme of it.
Yeah,
Okay, that would be a good one.
because
So
you
change
have Spider-Man, which is Tobey Maguire. You have the Amazing Spider-Man,
Yeah.
which is...
and then do the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
It's
That would
Tom
be
Holland.
cool.
And it kind of fits him, because he's the youngest of the three.
Yeah, that would be cool actually. So then, okay, then the title of that movie is right is the friendly
Spider-Man.
neighborhood Spider-Man.
Bam.
That would be badass.
Trademark it.
And
Sold.
then it's the first movie, and he turns into Venom.
Yes.
Or he turns
He's
into
the
like
villain. He kills all of them. What?
or because the symbiote is in his world now, there's still technically an Eddie Brock that we haven't met, right?
Ooh,
Eddie Brock's-
Maybe it's that bartender. What?
Or it doesn't hit Spider-Man, but it wouldn't make any sense. It would have to hit Spider-Man first, because
No,
it could
hit
go
every
to Flash Thompson, and he could become Agent Venom.
Oh yeah, because
But
they
it would
did-
make more sense if it did an Eddie Brock, and then they did Spider-Man versus Venom in an actual Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, because isn't Agent Venom like off to the side, kind of?
Yeah,
like a
sort
side
of.
story.
Yeah, sort of. And then let's see. And then Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movie would be The Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Done.
Rise of the New Green Goblin or something. Rise of the Green Goblin.
Rise
he-
of God.
Oh, Rise of the Sinister Six or some shit like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fire.
Boom. Because the end of his movie, they show all the Sinister Six.
Yeah, and then Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 4.
Let there be
Done.
carnage. No, Maximum Carnage.
Man. All right, let's trademark all of those
Because
and let's sell it to Raimi.
so
of it.
in Spider-Man 3, Venom technically doesn't die. The symbiote gets away,
Yeah, because
which means
Eddie Brock dies though.
which means Eddie Brock doesn't die. It could reform Eddie Brock. You see in the Venom movie when he breaks bones and stuff, and then he goes back to normal.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
the
true.
little piece of symbiote could make Eddie Brock come back. So then
Well,
it
I
would
don't
be
think-
Venom and Carnage, or
Did
Venom
Eddie
and
Brock die? I don't think he
he technically
did.
he blows up.
Oh,
Remember
he
they throw
does,
the
yeah.
grenade, the thing,
Yeah,
and then
he,
there's like
goes
yeah.
into it and okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But if he comes back and they use it like that, like the little piece of symbiote brought him back, that would be badass because then they could do they could bring Carnage back and
Well,
have
they can make it
Spider-Man
Carnage, so-
Spider-Man and Venom versus Carnage, and that's a comic book.
We need to write this.
We need to start writing all the movies.
We gotta write this down. We gotta trademark it, and then when Sam Raimi comes to make the movies, we gotta sell it to him. We'll write.
Like,
the
we
scripts.
wrote this movie. We wrote this movie.
Yeah, we just want the credit. That's it.
Just
Just let us be on the set.
I did like going back to No Way Home. I did like that they find a cure for all the bad guys.
Oh, I do too.
What I didn't like about them finding all the cures is that they're not bad guys anymore.
Now
So I was
they're
like,
the- now they're the trying to think of another word.
they're the normal guys.
No.
Well, Doc
it's-
Ock technically would still have the tentacles.
Yeah, but he's normal now. He's not. Like,
Yeah,
he's gonna use them for good.
He's gonna use them to have the power of the sun in his hand.
Have you seen the video of when they're like when it's original Spider-Man 2 and he's like, "Oh, I've heard so much about you, Peter. I've heard that you're so brilliant, but you're lazy.
Yeah.
So try to do better." And he's like, "I'm trying to do better." And then they do it in the No Way Home.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, when
So I didn't
when
catch
he
that.
sees Peter, Peter's like, "Otto," and he's like, "Peter, how are you?" And he's like, "Trying to do better."
Oh, you see, I
Yeah,
I
and then he
didn't catch
smiles, and then Otto smiles. Yeah, I'll have to show you.
that. That was
I
cool.
saw
That was a cool scene though.
It was.
Like I was like, oh, that's so dope. Like he takes off his mask and he's like, Peter. Like he sees his Spider-Man and
Yeah.
they were, you know,
Like
that's his
the
mentor.
tentacles aren't like taking over his brain.
Yeah,
so,
that was
yeah.
cool. That was cool. And I feel like, dude, William Dafoe killed it as a Green
Oh, he
Goblin.
did, for
He
sure.
did so good. I mean,
I still think that Toby was supposed to die. I
I-
think when he stabbed him, I think he was supposed to die.
I think so too. And I think,
They didn't do it.
I think they
because they
didn't
know
do
they
it
would
'cause-
make everybody
yeah,
mad.
dude, when they did it, like I never gasp in movies.
Oh,
I've
I
never
gasped.
gasped. I was like, and then Claudia was like looking at me like, I was like,
I
there's
was
no
literally
way.
sitting there like,
Yeah, I was like, they didn't just kill him. I was like, what the hell? They didn't just kill him.
he's laying on the ground.
Holding his leg like Peter. That'd be funny.
I was like, oh my god, they just killed him.
But
I
if they did kill him, that would have been strong.
that would have been
That
that
would-
would have been the moment when that was. You remember how we were talking about like they could have made it like Mysterio has all of this going on.
Yeah.
And like that would be like a big fu to the fans.
Oh, that
would have been
would.
the big fu
Like,
to the fans.
Peter Parker dies, he's like, and then freaking Mysterio's like, and then it like disappears. Oh snap, that would have been crazy.
That would have sucked though.
It would have. I think it would have pissed people off, but it would have been a good twist.
It would have.
Like the whole
That's
end.
the other thing about this movie is it had a lot of twists, but they were all like out of nowhere,
Yeah,
which
But
I really.
I feel
liked.
I feel like yes and no. So, cause like most of the twists that they came up with, like kind of got resolved in the movie.
They did, but like
Yeah,
a lot of
dude,
them I did not expect. And they
the
happened.
the fight scene between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange was freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, it
when-
looks way better in the movie,
In the movie,
than it did
yeah,
in the trailer.
yeah. And then like I really like how they showed off the Spidey sense. How when he
Yeah.
gets thrown out of his body and the body's moving by itself, like he's not in his body,
and
but
he's
it's moving by
it.
itself,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
because that's his Spidey sense, like moving it.
Yeah.
So now the big thing I wanted to talk about was the cracks in the sky.
Ah,
So
yes.
who'd you catch?
Oh, now I can't remember. I know for sure I caught Vulture, Scorpion,
I don't think Vulture was in there.
Rhino. Vulture was.
What was
I
he?
saw Vulture.
Mm.
Electro.
You saw Electro?
Yeah. And I saw like not Jamie Foxx's Electro.
Another Electro. Like
I saw like the actual like comic book
so, I
looking
feel like they were
Electro.
all comic book accurate. So the first one they showed to me was Craven the Hunter.
I saw that one too.
He
Yeah.
has like the staff, and then you can see like the
Yeah,
kind of
Aquaman.
like the
Yeah,
yeah.
Aquaman.
And then the second one I saw was Scorpion, and he's like on four legs and he has his tail.
Yeah.
And then the next one I saw was when I was watching the
I saw
movie was
Rhino.
Rhino, because Rhino was clean.
Yeah, you could tell.
And
It was
then
Rhino.
there was one that was really fast, but it was in the beginning. Was Madam Web.
I
It
don't
looks
even know
like
who
it
that
looks
is.
like someone sitting on a chair,
Yeah, I don't know who
and
that
there's
is.
like legs coming out of the chair.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. But okay.
She's the multiversal Spider-Man lady.
Oh, well
She rubs all the Spider-Mans together.
then.
But no, I thought that was such a cool scene. I feel like they should have dragged that scene out a little bit more though.
They should have. They should have.
Like they should have showed better silhouettes instead of being like, oh, you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they should have showed like better
Should've been,
silhouettes
like,
or
slower movement in the camera or something.
yeah, like
So
it
you
was
can
too
actually
fast. It was
tell.
like and then it was done.
Yeah.
And then he closed it. And that was it. I feel like they should have let it just happen.
Yeah. Just like show it.
Like
pretty
break
much.
like really break the universe and do like glimpses. Everything could have been CG.
You know what they? Oh man. I know what they could have done.
What
They should have. Keyword should have.
should have
They should have shown more than just Spider-Man villains. Because it is a multiverse. They could have shown.
they could have shown yeah, that's you're not wrong there. They could have shown
a
lot
bunch
of
of
people.
different villains from
This is true.
a bunch of different MCU.
Like Doctor Doom, Galactus. Oh, Magic Galactus in the sky.
Another Thanos.
But Galactus is technically in our universe, this universe already.
He
You
is.
still haven't seen that one movie.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No. You haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy. What the
Ant-Man?
hell, man?
Are you talking about
No, the
Ant-Man?
new one, the one with Angelina
Eternals?
Jolie, Eternals. You haven't seen it, right?
No, I know.
It's gonna be on
I know
Disney.
Harry Styles is Thanos' brother. Even
Oh
though
wow,
he's not purple.
you haven't even seen the end of the movie.
He's not purple though.
You gotta watch the movie though. There's like big things in the movie. It's crazy.
Of
That's
course.
cool.
They'll put a bunch of big stuff in a movie that no one really wants to see, but they'll save all the small stuff for the other ones.
I think that when it hits Disney Plus, a lot of people are gonna watch it and they're gonna be like, "Holy smacks!" Like I should have went and watched this in the theater.
Yeah.
Because I saw it in the theater and I was like, "This movie is awesome," but
Yeah.
to each his own. To each his own.
Yeah. Zavala.
Zavala is Zavala, and is always Zavala on a Zavala Sunday.
I still think. Okay, actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you this question.
Actually,
I feel like I already know your answer.
drugs.
Did this
I don't know.
did this movie make you change who you think the best Spider-Man is?
No,
You still think Toby?
Tobey Maguire will always be my Spider-Man.
Gotcha.
I think that even seeing him as an adult Spider-Man, because that's what he was in this movie, he
Yeah.
was just like the adult Spider-Man, and he went through all his trial and tribulations already.
I was gonna say they made him like the most.
Calm.
Not even like they made him the most like normal.
Yeah.
When they were talking about like him and MJ, and he's like, it's complicated.
Yeah, well, but that's how Spider-Man is though. Like when he's older, he's like that. And like I feel like he did such a good job coming back to the role.
He did.
Like and it was not even like it's when you haven't seen a friend for a long time and then you see them 5 years later and it's like you saw them yesterday.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the feeling was. It was like he never left the role even though it's been years,
See,
So
I feel like in this, In this movie specifically, I feel like between the three of them, I feel like this movie specifically, I like Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, but I think you were meant to like Andrew Garfield.
Why? Because of my age?
No, because he got the short end of the stick. Out of every
He did.
Spider-Man, he got the short end of the stick,
I was gonna
and it
say
was like his redemption.
he was super underrated.
And I feel like, yeah, I agree. No, I agree. I feel like him coming into the movie, even you can see, and I'm not sure if it was like just the pure excitement of coming back to play Spider-Man, but you could see that he was
He was
having
happy.
fun and he was
Yeah.
happy, yeah. And like, they're actors and that's probably how they want you to look and feel about them. But even out of like when he's talking about it, you could tell he was like super like excited.
Well, they did an interview with him a few days ago.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. He said of all the movies that he did as him being Spider-Man, this one was the most fun to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he said, if I'm going to do another Spider-Man movie, I want it to purely just be fun. I don't want it to be
Yeah.
crazy serious or anything.
And I think
Which I feel like
the one thing I didn't like about his Spider-Man and Peter Parker is his Peter Parker is very like
dry.
no, he's very quirky. If that makes sense.
You mean
Spider-Man can be quirky.
oh
like,
yeah, with
like
all his jokes and
yeah,
stuff.
and the way he talks and the way he's like really fast and like that.
Well, look at the first movie when
Yeah.
they were like robbing the car and he's like
So okay, I was gonna talk about that scene actually. So that's his Spider-Man though. I'm talking about his Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And another thing I didn't like about his Spider-Man that they kind of brought into this movie, which was kind of cool, because it makes you understand that he just kept being angry. Was he's the bad guy. In his Spider-Man movie, he's the bad guy. Whether you think it or not, whether you think he's Spider-Man in the movie,
Well,
he's
yeah.
the bad guy. And like it's like, for example, like yeah, he tries to help, and I'm gonna quote that, right, quotations, help Max, but he ends up
doesn't.
fighting him.
Yeah. Because he forgot his name.
Yeah. So like it, that it's that the smaller things, even like when the guy's stealing the car and he like webs the guy up and stuff and he pulls down his pants and stuff.
Yeah.
That's like his demeanor as Spider-Man.
He's being like an anti-hero.
Yes, exactly.
He's like a Deadpool of Spider-Man.
Yeah, so that's kind of the Spider-Man he played for me, and I really liked how they kind of they let the years pass, and they bring him into this universe, and he explains that he's like, I was angry, I stopped holding punches, and I I was mad, so he kept being the bad guy. After Gwen dies,
Yeah.
he keeps being the bad guy. He's Spider-Man and he's doing good stuff for like he's fighting the villains, but he's beating them up and he's basically being Batman.
Yeah, he's just
You know what I'm saying? So I really like how you got to kind of see those two aspects of Tobey Maguire being like, I grew up. I battled with my demons and I didn't let them win. And then on the other side you have Andrew Garfield Spider-Man saying, I tried to fight my demons, but I couldn't beat them, and I just, got angry.
yeah, and then now Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. What I really like about Tom Holland's ending is that this now gives him.
Now he can just be Spider-Man.
That's what I was gonna say. This gives him the arc to actually be a comic book accurate Spider-Man. Acting wise and portrayal wise as a character, I think he can be like he could be the best Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But I don't like Tom Holland like that. No, but I think, he can literally play the best Spider-Man in the sense that, I mean, like, Spider-Man is super smart. This movie already showed that they're all smart.
Yeah.
So he could focus on that.
I still think of three of them, I still think that Andrew comes off as the smartest.
Well, they show Andrew being the smartest in Amazing Spider-Man as well.
That's what I mean. Is
like he makes his own web and everything,
yeah,
like
they make
Andrew.
him the
I mean,
smartest guy.
Tom Holland. They talk about him making his own web, but they don't really show it. They also don't talk too much about him being bit by his spider, or they
Oh,
don't show it.
you just made me think of something.
They talk about it, like they talk about how he got bit by the spider, but they've never showed it
I saw a video this morning
about
about
his spider and where it comes from.
him in general, about it,
Oh,
about how he became Spider-Man and all
yeah,
that.
Tony Stark made him Spider-Man.
So
You didn't know that?
That's the
You know
video.
that do you know, and I'm sure this is where you're going. Do you know that the little boy that gets saved in Iron Man
Yeah.
is
Supposed
Tom
to be
Holland?
Peter Parker, yeah.
The one with the Iron Man mask?
Yeah.
That's Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, from what the video I saw this morning, because obviously it's all theories.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
never
No.
gonna be concrete.
Tom Holland being the little boy though that gets saved by Iron Man is actually canon
It is.
because Kevin Feige said it.
So, going back to that,
Yeah.
From what the theory I watched this morning was that he goes to all of the Stark Expos during all of the Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
And all that.
So he's
And
always there.
He is, and the theory was that at the Stark Expos they had these radioactive spiders, and one gets out and bites him, and obviously they don't.
You know, it
show
would make
that.
more sense if there were like gamma, like the gamma radiation, like the Hulk's,
Yeah.
like they were trying to make a super soldier.
Well, that's kind of what it was
Okay,
leading
okay.
towards. Is Stark was trying to like make a serum and all this stuff, and they had radioactive spiders. It gets out and bites Peter, and he tracks down. The theory says that Tony tracks down what happened to the spider and who it bit, and then that is why
He knows Spider-Man.
He creates.
Oh, the Spider-Man suit.
He creates the suit and everything because he knows if it gets out that Peter got bit by one of his spiders, that he would lose everything. So he's basically guarding Peter and being like a father figure to him because of that.
That's cool. Yeah, I can see that.
Which it works.
It does. It does work.
It does work.
But I feel like they should have showed that.
They should have.
I feel like even if it was like, I get it. We don't want to see Spider-Man get bit by a spider again, but we've seen it in every movie.
We have.
We've seen it in every movie, even including the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales. You know, we've seen his origin, and I feel like this character kind of deserved to have his origin, just like he deserved to have his. With great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility. You know, and he got it.
They all have it. Yeah.
And he got it, and that was an awesome scene. Like, when they're talking about like Aunt May and stuff, and he's like angry, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill him."
I love that they changed that. They changed it to be Aunt May.
So I did like how they did that, and like they they don't talk about Ben as much. Or no, they do they even talk about? No, they never talk about.
Well,
Ben.
she mentions him.
Yeah,
that's it.
Oh, because she's like, yeah, Ben used to tell me with great power,
Yeah.
and I really like how, all of them came together at that one part.
Yeah,
and
and
they're
he's like with great power, and Toby finishes
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that is so cool. But I feel like they did it perfect.
They did.
Because Spider-Man is supposed to have like, I guess, that trauma. And that's how he becomes Spider-Man. And that's what I mean by like, now people don't know who Peter Parker is, but they know who Spider-Man is. This gives him the opportunity to become the best Spider-Man.
Yeah,
because now he has the with great power comes great responsibility. You know, he has his villains, and they can obviously bring more villains. You know, so I feel like
they stopped him from. I at the time I didn't like it, but I kind of looking back on it now, I like that it was Toby that stopped him from killing.
Oh yeah, no, no, it made more sense. They did those parts.
I was like, why didn't Andrew do it?
So
because like he was the one that had to endure all that.
Yeah, but it made it perfect because
Toby died. What?
Well, no, but it gives Andrew Garfield that moment to save MJ.
Well, they did. Yeah, they did.
So if that literally that happens, he saves
That's
MJ,
him redeeming
and then
himself.
he goes to fight.
By the way,
Goblin.
that was my favorite scene in the whole movie.
What? MJ being saved?
Yeah.
Why?
I just
The emotion behind it.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield's like.
I think that was my favorite scene. Was
yeah,
when he
no,
saved her because that was like his redemption.
it was his redemption. Yeah, yeah. It was. It
Even
was
though we
to
all
show,
saw it coming,
but it was to show him that
it wasn't his fault.
yeah, exactly. Like you can't. It's like almost like you can't save everyone.
Yeah.
So I liked how they, and not only that, he did a different approach. You know, he didn't throw the web.
stepped.
He just threw his web. Or he didn't throw his web down. He like jumped down and that was it. You know.
Which I noticed. I don't know if you've seen it recently.
what?
I've noticed that he did the same thing in his movie. I don't understand why everyone thinks there's a difference.
For what?
When he jumps to get Gwen, he does the exact
Oh yeah,
same
he
thing.
died. Yeah, he does that like dive.
He does the exact same
Yeah.
dive. It's just she's farther away, and he uses the
And
web.
he uses the web. Yeah.
Like, he couldn't have done anything different.
Yeah. Well, but when he's falling, and all the things are falling, he's using that to propel himself, isn't he? Doesn't he? No, I gotta rewatch the movie now. See, I told you my memory sucks.
I know.
Old man.
In Toby's movie,
Yeah.
when he saves Gwen, he uses all the debris to get
Yeah,
to her faster.
yeah.
But Andrew Garfield doesn't because they're all just little cogs.
Yeah, but Gwen wasn't even a big character, and she was like a model that goes.
oh,
And
yeah,
then MJ's like, kiss that Richard gun, yo.
Find where she sleeps.
I'll find where she sleeps and I'll murder her entire family after they wake up. No, but yeah, I do want to watch it again. I haven't had a chance to watch it again. I saw The Matrix. Sorry to change subject, but I saw The Matrix.
I haven't seen it yet.
Meh.
I heard
It was a meh.
I heard that you have to watch the other ones to
You don't.
understand it.
I mean, you really don't though.
Because it flashes back, doesn't it?
Yes and no. So it flashes back to certain scenes, and then certain scenes are in the movie from the original.
Oh.
It's
They're just with updated Keanu Reeves.
yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it too much. I felt like they could have just ended it at the third one, and that was it.
It should have just been in Spider-Man.
Yes, exactly. But back to our Spider-Man episode.
Actually, since we're on that topic, what do you think about everyone thinks that in the Multiverse of Madness movie that
Oh, that's
Tom
right.
Cruise is supposed to be Iron Man?
So they have already announced that there is going to be a variant of Iron Man.
Do you think it's gonna be Tom Cruise?
No, I don't think. I think it's gonna be someone else.
It's gonna be some random.
I don't think. I don't think it'll be. If it's Tom Cruise, I mean, okay, that's cool. Cause I think he was originally gonna be cast.
He was.
But I
and
don't
then
think.
Robert
I don't
Downey
think.
Jr.
I don't think they would waste.
I think
I don't think they would
remember
waste a cameo of Tom Cruise being Iron Man
in that.
to put him. They rather. I would think that they would put him in as a main character.
Yeah.
Because he's a huge actor. So I don't see them wasting
Would
the
be
time for
crazy
that.
if they,
But I wouldn't take it away because look at Deadpool and with Brad Pitt being the invisible guy, and he was only in the movie for like 2 seconds.
yeah, it was.
So I mean, I wouldn't take it away from it, but I don't think it's gonna be Brad Pitt. Or I don't think it's gonna be
They should. Oh man, they should do
Tom Cruise.
They should do like a similar scene with like when Doc Ock was like holding Spider-Man and then he took his mask off and it was Tom Holland and he's like, "Who are you?" They should do a similar scene of Iron Man and Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
But I don't think Tom Holland's gonna be in the Multiverse
should
of
be.
Madness. And then another thing is
because Doctor Strange forgot who he was.
yeah,
Everyone forgot.
everyone forgot. Yeah, he's just Spider-Man now.
I forgot.
He's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
He's not in the Avengers anymore. Got him.
Technically, he would be though.
But they don't know he's Peter Parker.
They don't know he's Peter Parker. But technically, he would
weird.
still be an Avenger. Doctor Strange would still know Spider-Man. He wouldn't know Peter Parker though,
Yeah.
or he wouldn't know his secret identity.
You think he's gonna? Think next movie he's gonna go up to MJ?
No,
I think.
I think
they're.
they're- I think-
the very last movie.
I don't think so. I think MJ. I think the girl who plays MJ, Zendaya. I don't think she's gonna be in any more movies, any more Spider-Man movies. It wouldn't make any sense. Ned on the other hand,
He's gonna be Hobgoblin.
I was gonna say Ned on the other hand is gonna find out that they were friends. I feel like.
And then
Remember
it's
how
gonna
we talked
turn
about
Hobgoblin.
before that I thought he was gonna end up being the one that falls and dies?
Yeah.
Or Green Goblin saves him? No. Now watching the movie, I think that he's gonna remember or something's gonna happen to where he's gonna remember that Peter Parker was his friend. Like he wrote something down or something,
And then he's gonna
and
realize.
he's gonna realize, and he's gonna be like, wait, Spider-Man was my friend, and he's gonna get mad at him for that.
Kind of like
Which is kind of a stupid reason for him to become a Hobgoblin and kill, but it would be a decent origin story to that. Like he would remember or find something like a book that he wrote.
It's a way that would make sense.
Yeah, like he finds something that reminds him, or doesn't even remind him because he's not gonna remember who Peter Parker is, but find something that's
like a picture
read
of like him and Spider-Man or something.
something. It's got to be something small that makes him mad, and then he becomes Hobgoblin, and he's like, "I'm gonna murder your entire family." Bing, 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 bing. And Spider-Man's like, "Joke's on you, cause I don't have a family anymore."
Because no one knows.
No one knows me exactly, but yeah, I could see that happening. I don't see Zendaya coming back, and if she does come back,
Maybe they'll just have a Gwen Stacy randomly, like some random other actress.
I don't know, man. I think honestly they don't need to bring any.
Female leads.
No, not even that. I think they need to focus on him.
They should.
This movie focused on everyone. It didn't really
Maybe
focus
true.
that much on Spider-Man. It
I wonder
focused
when
on
they're gonna
everyone.
bring Prowler in.
Who? Oh, that would be. I feel like they've already brought Prowler in though,
I
because
mean,
the
they
Miles
did,
Morales.
but they didn't address it.
Because he's kind of like a B. He's kind of like a B villain. So
They didn't address
I
it.
guess
In No
I
Way
guess
Home.
secondary spoiler alert because this is gonna be kind of late though. So if you're watching this, I'm gonna talk about Hawkeye. Have you watched Hawkeye? No.
You can go ahead. It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna take too long to watch it, so
All right, fine.
I'm watching 5
So
other
I'm spoiling
shows.
it for him too. No.
Prowler's dead. What?
No, so
Just kidding.
the last episode of Hawkeye, like basically Kate Bishop becomes the new Hawkeye,
Yeah.
and the main villain of the
Wow.
whole episode,
Saw that coming.
the main villain of the whole episode is Kingpin. You ever watched the
Really?
Daredevil TV show?
That's one of the shows I'm watching right now.
The guy who plays Kingpin in that show is Kingpin in Hawkeye.
So Hawkeye is in Tom Holland. Well, that makes sense because MCU.
So no, so what happened was the
Daredevil-
Daredevil TV shows.
We didn't even mention that Daredevil's in the movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Daredevil's in the movie for like 2 seconds. So the Daredevil TV show is actually owned by Netflix.
Yeah, I know that.
So
That's why I'm watching it.
so they actually they talk about what happened in New York in 2012, but it's not part of the MCU.
Daredevil's not part of the MCU. Well, technically, this makes it a part of the MCU. No?
Now it does.
Yeah.
Now it does, but the Daredevil that is
The
in
show
the
is not.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Daredevil that's in Spider-Man is not the same Daredevil in the show, even though it's the same guy.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but anyways, Kingpin is the main villain of the last last 2 episodes of
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, and he's like, freaking. They made him like, pretty much like, super strength. He gets like blown up and he gets back up and starts fighting again. It's crazy.
Nice.
And he looks like Kingpin, like he's wearing the white suit.
Yeah.
And he's huge. But it was just cool to see him and like see what they're gonna do. I can't wait till they bring these characters back though. What I'm really looking forward to, and going now to the end of Spider-Man when they show the trailer for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of
Yeah.
Madness. So now that trailer's out, you can watch it. So I'm looking forward to a lot of what they're gonna do in that movie. Apparently, they're going into an X-Men universe.
I did hear about that.
And
That's
there's
kind of how they're
there's-
supposedly that's how Deadpool's gonna get into the MCU.
so there's like leaked scenes already, where or not leaked scenes, but like pictures. Like you know how they do their art, and then they just like put it out randomly.
like concept art.
Yeah,
and
like the
stuff.
concept art. Well, there's a concept art that has and what I don't know if it's either James McAvoy or the original guy. What's his name? Stewart. I can't remember his name. Patrick Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who it is, but they're sitting in the like a hover chair from like the Uncanny X-Men cartoon. You ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
No, it's you know, are you familiar with X-Men?
Yeah, it has the giant X's on it or something.
No, so you know the yellow seat that abuse. You know the yellow seat, like the hover seat that he sits in,
Yeah,
that Professor X sits in. He's like sitting in that,
I bet it's
and then
what's the other dude's name? Not Patrick
I
Stewart.
hope,
The other dude.
no, I hope it's James McAvoy.
I think
It would
is
be,
because Patrick Stewart's too old.
yeah, he's too old. Yeah, it would be badass if it's James McAvoy though, cause like, that would just be freaking badass.
He's like,
Yeah, he's Professor X now.
he's the people's, he's
He
the
can't.
people's Professor
He's
X.
like, I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. And then Magneto's like, no, because they're friends. But
also
it would.
villains.
But the scene is so it's supposed.
Enemies.
It's the Scarlet Witch standing in front of Professor X. So
That's gonna be interesting.
another, there is a theory out there that I've heard, and I've only heard this twice by random videos that I've watched.
That means it's confirmed.
Right? Imagine. So the Scarlet Witch. So in the book of the House of M, which is one of the comic books, she puts a spell up and she says no more mutants, and there's like she kills all the X-Men. I feel like in the theory is that in this movie, she's gonna say like mutants, and mutants are gonna start appearing in the MCU, because technically there's no mutants in the MCU yet.
Yeah. Well, it's all multiverse of madness.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. I know that there's a few things going on with the multiverse of madness that they're saying, but there's a character. People are saying that he's Gargantos or something like that, but I think it's Shuma-Gorath, and if it is, that's pretty badass. You ever played Marvel vs. Capcom? Oh man, come on.
I mean, I have.
Who
but
are
not-
you, Tristan?
I'm not like crazy.
I think we're gonna have to break his legs. Well, he's in the game, but it's a Shuma-Gorath, and he's like an eyeball with like tentacles. But he's in the trailer. Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to that movie. I want to see more of what they're gonna do with it. And then did you see the concept art for Thor? For the new Thor?
No.
Nah.
No.
I mean, it looks cool. Thor.
Morbius comes out shortly.
No, it got delayed.
Oh yeah, it did.
It got
It's in
delayed
April
again.
now.
I'm like, why?
It's in April. Yeah.
It's crazy. Shoot, what I was gonna talk to you about. This is a change of subject. Oh, Halo. I wanted to talk to you about Halo real quick because we haven't really talked about it. We talked about it a little bit,
Not
but
like
I started playing the campaign, and I did tell you already. Like, I feel like it just like you go down a hallway, you fight a boss. You go down another hallway, you fight a boss.
Can I tell you what I think about?
But you've played the
So-
open world part, so I want to know
I
about
have.
that.
Uh,
Do you go down like a
First-
hallway again?
and then kill a boss.
Yeah.
course.
You go into a cave, it leads you down a hallway, you
So-
fight a boss.
The multiplayer,
It's good.
it's an 8 out of 10.
When we played it, I had a great time, and we were playing with jacked up rules.
Yeah, it's in. I would say multiplayer right now 8 to 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Right now, there's a couple things they need to tweak. Mainly shields, because the shield takes a whole.
Oh
mag to
yeah,
kill
dude.
someone.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I
ridiculous.
noticed that.
Um,
Even in the game, though.
campaign, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10.
See,
'Cause the campaign, it doesn't feel like a Halo campaign. That's my problem.
so you want to know something crazy? To me, it does feel like a Halo campaign.
it doesn't feel like
Because
a
I've
Halo.
played like Halo 1, and I couldn't get into it because I was like, oh, this is kind of like, I was like, you know, like making those weird sounds like
Like,
that.
there's usually, like, yeah, there is a storyline, but there's usually way more storyline than there is in this one. This one is just like, what's like a perfect example? Have you ever played the Shadow of Mordor games?
Yeah,
By the way, they're fantastic.
yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah.
Both of them
Excellent
are.
games. Yeah, I haven't
Um,
played the second one. I played the first one, but I
It's-
watched my brother
oh,
play.
the second one. Second
I
one's
heard the
twice
second's
as
better.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Shadow of War, probably one of my top 5 games.
Yeah.
The campaign, it's kind of similar to that, where it's just like, oh, you have a mission. You have to go all the way over here to do it. Okay, you go over there, you do the mission. It's
Oh.
literally like you said: walk down a hallway, kill a bunch of guys. There's a boss, kill them. That's
Oh,
the mission.
really? Yeah.
The open world, it doesn't fit with Halo. I don't like it.
No.
No,
I mean, you're in the ring, aren't you? The whole game.
you are.
That's the open world.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't like it. It's not to me. It's not Halo.
Yeah, I honestly, I was
I
to
thought
begin. I was never a Halo fan.
I thought the open world would be like, oh, that's a cool concept. They're doing something out of the box. I don't
Honest,
like it.
no. To me, it plays like an old school Doom game.
That is the perfect example.
Yeah,
That's
like
what it feels like.
that's what it felt like to me. Is like a old school Doom game, and like if you play the new Doom, I know that like Doom Eternal. I heard that game's awesome.
Oh, it is.
I haven't played it,
Doom
but watching it,
both
it
the
looks
new
it
Doom
looks
games are
awesome.
really good.
But that's kind of what Halo felt like. It felt like a new version of an old Doom game.
Yeah, it's just walking around killing stuff. That's about it.
Dude, that's what I'm doing. I just run up to people and I hit them like twice, and that's it.
Yeah,
But no, I wanted to bring that up.
I don't like the campaign. The multiplayer, I feel like it's good. It, like I said, it needs tweaks. But
Yeah,
I think it's good.
I felt like the beginning of the story was straight out of Destiny. Like the big
Yeah.
ape dude like picks you up and he throws you off the top of the tower, and I was like, I was like, that's
That
like,
looks very similar.
yeah. I was like, that's like gold throwing you off the tower or the spaceship. And I was like, the next scene better not be Master Chief walking with a limp, because in Destiny it
Yeah.
opens up and you're like walking like this, like
Yeah.
down the hallway. But I was like, And then when it opens, you're in space. That was a cool scene, but I felt like they could have done more with
Also,
that.
I don't like the new Cortana.
Um,
I don't like her.
Cortana is the
She's the lady.
little
that's in
robot
his
lady.
head, yeah.
So
I don't like the new one.
but she's not Cortana.
She's not. She's a different AI, but
And
I
then
don't like her.
and then the part where I got up to, so there's a part like where you get like another core, and it's Cortana. Like she's
Yeah,
like,
that's-
"Hello, I'm Cortana."
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
The yellow one. She's like yellow or something.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Oh, so there's a new one. I still have the blue lady that's like, dude, I'm glad to see you again, but
Oh,
I was
yeah,
supposed
that
to be
one.
shut off.
Yeah, that one. That's I don't like.
Oh
That.
no. Okay.
She's so annoying.
Yeah.
You'll be like walking, and she's like, "Oh wow, I've never seen this part of the world before," and you're like, "Shut up."
That's funny. I don't like the bad guy. I feel like the bad guy's kind of generic.
He just reminds me of golf.
He does remind me of Gold.
That's all he
Damn.
is.
He's like, and it's funny because now every time I'm playing too, and I see I see like the ape people, I'm like, oh look, they're Cabal.
I like how they're calling them the Banished, and they're just calling them the Banished,
Yeah,
and they're still freaking Covenant. I'm like, they're the same.
but they're a part of the Covenant
I don't know. They
they're-
call them the Banished, and I see like grunts and
because
jackals.
that's their gang sign, the banished. They're like, yo, we be banished.
They call them the Banished, and there's grunts and jackals running around. I'm like, that's
Like,
the
they didn't-
Covenant. That's not the Banished.
Like they didn't create new. That was the thing. Okay,
They
so
just
that's the one
renamed
thing.
it.
That's the one thing I don't like about it. You fight the same bad guys.
Yeah, they're brutes, jackals, grunts,
Yeah.
and elites. That's it. And they're like, no, it's the Banished. It's a completely new.
And it's really not
I'm
though.
like, it's not.
It's like the same.
They literally fight the exact same.
Yeah. And then alien dudes. What's the alien dudes that use the blade?
The elites.
Those are elites. Yeah.
with the energy swords.
Yeah, yeah.
Elites.
Yeah, man. It's like all the same characters, and I'm just like, you could have made like new
Like, that's not-
characters.
They-
And I
it's
get it.
still- Obviously, it's Halo, but like,
I get it too. Like Bungie does the same thing with Destiny. Like Destiny, they bring like they're like, oh
we
look,
got
it's the
Cabal."
Fallen. It's the Fallen. They have no, but the new season, I'm excited because they're Fallen, but they have our powers.
See, that's innovative. They
Sort
don't
of,
just
yeah.
change their name.
Or they're not Fallen. I'm sorry, they're the Hive. The Hive, and they have the light.
light.
Yeah, the light. The light. The But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what they do with that. But yeah, Halo, man, it's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
It was all right. I
The
mean,
campaign's
I think I'm still gonna play it because I want to beat it and just
I
say
can see why they released the multiplayer first.
I can see why they released it all on
Xbox.
Xbox Game Pass for free.
Oh yeah.
because
I'm happy. I will say I'm happy they didn't release it last year, because if they would have released it last
it
year, it
probably
would
would have
have
been
been
garbage.
oh, it would have been Cyberpunk.
I agree. Well, it is Cyberpunk.
I mean, I guess.
No, it's not. Cyberpunk has an open world, man. This you go down the hallway.
In
but
an open world.
yeah, I'm gonna still play it. I still want to try to beat it. You know, it's on my PC, so I said I'll give
I
it a
want to
shot.
beat it, but I haven't.
Like I said, I just got to the open world, so I'll see how that goes, and if I don't like it, then I'll just delete it and download
Delete.
something else.
All right, now we got to go back to Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
to close out the episode.
Yes.
Okay. What would you give it as a rating out of 10?
I think when I was done seeing it, I think I gave it a 9. Because there was things that were missing.
Like what?
There's a decent amount of things that were missing. There's some context that were missing. Like, for example, how does he catch the lizard? Like, they never showed
Oh,
that.
yeah.
He just catches the
He
lizard.
just shows up.
And
Yeah.
then their way around it was, oh, it's easy. All you have to do is this, and that's how you catch them. Okay, but they could have showed it. There was a few little things that I didn't like. I feel like the movie focused a little too much on Ned and
Zendaya.
Zendaya's character,
MJ.
MJ. And
I didn't get to say that.
it to me it there was just like the little things, nitpicks. There wasn't like there. I'm not giving it a 9 because the movie sucked or anything like that, or the acting was bad. It was just little nitpicks that I was like, I could have done without that,
Yeah.
or I
I
needed
do
something
like-
more. I feel like the movie was too short.
I didn't
If
get
that
to
makes
tell
sense.
You. I think they could have had.
I feel like they
I
could have
think
made it a
they
little
could have
longer.
had Toby and Andrew in there a bit longer.
Well, not even that, because I feel like their scenes worked well.
They did. I
Um,
feel like they jumped.
It
Pretty
jumped
quick.
really fast, yes. So it jumped
Because
from
they
like
were
Aunt
in
May
the-
dying.
They were in the house.
Yeah.
Well, even that, like they were in the house. That was sorry.
No, you.
That's what I was
No,
gonna get to.
abuse! No,
That's what I was gonna get to is
we're never ending
I
this episode,
really-
by the way.
I really liked how they brought them in.
I did.
I'm happy they didn't just like, oh, he's fighting the Sandman and Lizard and all that, and they just swoop in and start fighting with him. I'm happy they brought him in like that and like
I like
actually made it like a full thing.
I like that. I like how Tobey Maguire walked in, because Tobey Maguire walked in like his Spidey sense was already in tune,
Yeah.
and he already knew what was going on.
Whereas Andrew Garfield's like,
Whereas Andrew Garfield's like, "What the hell's going on?" You
I
know?
love the scene where he's hanging on the roof and she's like, "You gotta crawl across." He's like, "I don't have to crawl across
Yeah.
the roof."
Yeah, no, there's like I said, I think a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. But
Only because of nitpicks. Just for me, nitpicks.
Like I was saying though, they jump from that scene where they come into the house and they're talking. They jump from that to Tom Holland on the roof and
Yes.
they're talking to him like immediately.
Immediately, yeah. So
But
I
there
mean,
was
they
no
are
build-up.
Spider-Man though. They could just like.
Exactly. But Ned and
I like the joke about
MJ or
I like yeah, exactly. I like the joke about, but Ned has the ring. Remember?
Oh, true. Yeah.
I like the joke about them making their web shooters and Tobey Maguire shooting it from his hand, and they're like,
Where
how do
did
you
that come
how do
from?
you do that? Like it was like this,
And then
like
he's
they made it
Does
disgusting.
it come from anywhere else?
Yeah. So I did like that. But yeah, I think 9 out of 10.
I'd say a 9.5. in
Yeah?
my opinion.
Okay.
I gave it a 10 when I first saw it. I think that was just the excitement.
Yeah, I tried to go into the movie as unhyped as I can. As
Oh,
as
I
as
was-
hyped as we were talking about it for the last year, you know, I tried to go into the movie as unhyped as possible, and I tried to go in and watch it as like a movie instead of watching it as a Spider-Man movie, and I knew what was going to happen type thing.
Yeah.
I just went in with like no expectation. I was like, if this movie sucks, this movie's gonna suck. But as far as everyone else is saying, this movie doesn't suck. I was like, but I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna watch the
Yeah, 'cause
movie.
you saw it.
I
the
saw it like
next
3 days.
week?
I saw it 3 days later.
Yeah, I saw
So-
it opening night.
Yeah, I saw it on that
made me
Sunday, I
miss-
think, or something.
It made me miss movies.
Oh, going to watch
Opening
like.
night.
See, so me, I was the total opposite. I'd rather be in a theater that's completely empty than be in a movie theater that's completely full.
Oh, I agree. I'd rather it have been like only half full, but
Yeah. So
'cause
like
completely
my theater
full,
wasn't
we
bad
were
though.
literally- We weren't in a standard screen.
COVID
as well.
Central.
It wasn't even IMAX or anything. We were literally like this the whole time, and there was a person right on your shoulder.
Oh no, yeah. You see, the movie theater we went to, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Like we were comfortable where we sat, and I think just like
That's my only regret.
the part that throws off some movies for me when you go watch like a full movie is the crowd participation.
Yeah,
Like I hate that people have to clap. I'm sorry if you clap,
I didn't.
but I hate when people have to clap for something that happens.
Or something that's like stupid.
Like,
completely out of
Okay, I
context.
get it. Like, yeah, like excitement, about it. But like, I don't need to clap when like when Peter Parker or when Andrew Garfield then came out and he pulls off his mask. Everyone in my theater was like, "Woo!" And I was just like, really? You have to? Like, you don't have to clap. It's not that.
You don't have
Go
to.
home and clap. I don't give a shit. But I wasn't like. I guess I wasn't like super excited about that, like how people get.
Yeah.
And I get it. Some people can't hold it back. They just want to let it out. But my inside was screaming, and I was like, "Oh, that was awesome." But I don't need to clap.
Pretty much.
So that's kind of what throws me off in a theater is like when something happens, and then people have to clap.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was it. Maybe that's what gave me maybe that's what brought it to 9 for me.
So you got a 9.
I
got
think the
9.
crowd participation brought it down to 9 for me. But the
think
movie, all in all, was excellent.
I think it was.
I thought
I'd
they
go see
did.
it again.
I do want to go see it again. I do before it comes to Disney Plus. I do want to go to the theater and watch it again because I want to see it IMAX, but I don't know if any IMAX places are gonna have it. But I do want to go see it again because it was well put together. And like I said, it could have been a tiny bit longer.
We missed as well, so let us
Exactly.
know.
Yeah.
let us know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, just be like, you guys don't even know what you're talking about in the comments.
You guys are talking about Matrix. What?
What? No, we were talking about Spider-Man the whole time. Matrix got deleted. Yeah. I'm done drinking that.
To close out the episode, we're gonna watch GeoCube. Oh no, he's
Yeah, that was an awesome. That was a old school like type of episode. That was
It
pretty
was.
long.
We're like, yeah, it's only gonna be
It's
half
only
an
gonna
hour.
be 45
Yeah.
minutes, 3 minutes and
An
a
hour.
half. It's an hour long. That was a
Good
fun episode though.
It was.
Sorry we jumped around so much.
The
I mean,
highly anticipated episode of the year.
yeah. And
All right,
again,
we're
yeah.
taking a break for the rest of the year.
No, like
I'm just kidding.
it's funny. I said sorry that we jump around so much, and I feel like it's the main reason why we jump around so much is because we don't have this scripted. We're just
No, we're
having
just
a
going off the
conversation.
dome.
Yeah,
Off the
pretty
dome.
much. Off the dumb. No, but that was an awesome episode, man.
It was.
Yeah,
It was better than I anticipated.
yeah.
I
And
thought we were gonna run out of stuff to talk about.
yeah, there was moments. There was
Yeah,
moments.
I
I
was
was
like,
like,
"Oh, what else can
ah. Yeah. So, what?
I said it went well.
Yeah, we probably won't have an episode up for a little bit. For our next episode,
For like, hopefully.
hopefully,
Less than a
hopefully, yeah, less than a month. But yeah, listen to this episode on Spotify,
YouTube.
YouTube. You can actually check it out on Google now.
Yeah.
I have it
Thank-
set up for
thank you,
Google.
Gio, for setting
Oh,
that up.
abuse. Yeah, I set it up on Google, so you can check it out on Google.
Yeah. We're just
Um,
expanding now.
hopefully we can try to get to Apple Music too, or the Apple Podcasts.
Whatever it is.
I know
Apple.
that one was a little tricky, so we
Maybe
have to
Disney
figure that.
Plus. Disney Plus might be lit.
Imagine, like, welcome to the documentary of the Noodle Shop,
Behind the scenes, episode 4.
and we're like, Only if you're watching, you'll be able to see what we're doing. But yeah. Also check out our YouTube channel. You can check out our flow page.
Instagram.
Yeah, our flow page. I'll have it
Noodle
linked.
Shop.
I'll have it linked on the bottom, and
Right.
that'll have all of our links to everything. So, and you can check out our personal pages as well.
We got
G to the 666.
TJ Maverick.
And if you're listening, G to the 666 and TJ Maverick on Instagram.
Yeah.
And yeah,
This is Geo.
and I'm Gio, and that's Tristan.
And I'm Tristan.
And thank you for hanging out with us at the Noodle Shop.
Hopefully you enjoyed the episode.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know.
And
Zavala,
definitely
Zavala.
you better enjoy the episode, or else we're gonna murder your entire family.
No, no, no.
Oh, Zavala, Zavala.
Yeah, Zavala, Zavala.
Yeah, Zavala. Yeah, you know, Kate 6 Zavala. Yeah.
Deuces.
This.